Hello, hello, hello. We are live.
Hello, everyone.
Hello. Just waiting for the signal. There it is.
I saw it too.
Yay. We are live, everybody. If you can hear us, hit that heart. Let us know where you're from. We are going live in approximately 3, 2, 1. Boom. Hello, everybody.
Gary, should we do that thing where we're like, woo?
Yeah, right? How do we do it? Like, hello.
What's up?
Hello, everybody.
Happy Thursday, everyone.
Happy Thursday. Welcome to another Accountability Success Circle ASC Success Quickie. This is number 20. Wow, we're hitting a milestone. And it's so amazing that we're hitting this milestone 20 because we are talking about awesome things about being a 30-something. So if you're watching this and you are a 30-something, hit that thumbs up, that heart. I think you can probably appreciate this. If you're not a 30-something yet, it's something to look forward to. So we are
already over that because Gary just crossed over into the next decade of 40, and I'll be joining him in 2 short months or so.
I know.
Everybody say happy birthday, Gary, in the comments.
Hello. Yes. That was the inspiration for this. It was actually April's idea because we were talking about how can we have a little bit of fun, celebrate the fact that I just crossed another decade, another big milestone, and we started reflecting on why it's cool to be in the 30 club. Yeah. So here we go.
I would also say that if you are, in the 40s and you have for us, the reason why we're not talking about 40s is because we're still slowly transitioning to that. My birthday will be next month. But so yeah, we would take any tips for 40-something. Decade, and we're excited to see what it brings. But we're sharing what we know right now with the 30s. So yeah, I'm ready to move.
Let's do it.
All right.
Cool. Speaking of the first thing, let's jump into the quickie. Number one is very specific that if you're in that 30-somethings plus club, you've probably settled into you. And, it's very simple in that, over the last 3 decades of your life, you've gotten to know what you like and what you don't like. You have preferences. I know personally, when I was in my 20-somethings, I loved going to all the networking events. I love to do all of those things. But now I know which ones light me up and which ones I can care less. What about you, April?
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the things, especially, I don't know if this is a bad thing to say, but a lot of times, you're spending your time in your 30s trying to figure out like what's your career path, and if you are becoming more established, maybe if you're a lawyer, you become partner at a firm, or you just start to have more stakes in what it is that you're doing. But it's not a lot of this like discovery stuff that you're dealing with in your 20s when you're just out of college and you're still trying to define your identity as an adult. So it's a little bit about like caring about what other people are thinking, and more about just really doing the things that you enjoy and all that. So yay!
Yes. And if you heard me talk, you will know that I say this time and time again, that I am a recovering people pleaser. And I felt like in the last decade, I've cared less about trying to impress others and just focusing on building those deep relationships, being more authentically me. And yes, it's taking 4 decades for me to get to that point, but and it's still a practice. Don't get me wrong. But yes, you are more into that. You know what? This is who I am.
Take it or leave it.
Right?
Yep.
Exactly.
Shall we go into number 2?
Number 2, let's flow into it. And that's another thing that if you're in the 30-something club that you might can relate to, is that you don't need alcohol to have fun. Now, don't get me wrong. I still like to drink, and having a drink here and there is awesome. But it's one of those things that I've learned. I don't know about you, April, but I've learned in my 30s is that hangovers suck even more, and
Yeah.
it takes longer to recover from.
Yes, totally. And so like I'm getting to the point where I'm drinking less and less and opting out of like just even having a glass of wine with dinner, which is kind of sad because I'm such a lightweight these days that, you know, 1 glass, 2 glasses will put me in that feeling of like whatever I was drinking, like a handle of Captain Morgan in my 20s and not feeling a thing the next day. And so finding other things that are, you know, it doesn't revolve around like, man, I got totally drunk last night and oh, I'm so hungover and I'm so wasted. Like you just don't hear those conversations nearly as much in your 30s. And it's okay, right? Because yes, you can have fun. I've definitely had my bouts of wild and crazy nights, but it's not the focal point as much as it was in the 20s. Just our opinion.
Yes, agreed. And I feel like we are focusing more on other things that bring joy and spark joy. So before we go into number 3, if you're in this club, I love to hear what you think. You know, let us know. Are we on pace? Are we off pace? Are there some things that you know that haven't made the list? Let us know. And so that brings us to the last one, number 3, and this sort of wraps everything up. Is that you learn to give less Fs, and F stands for less fucks. Let's just be honest.
In case you didn't know.
Yes, just because, you know, just quite honest, like as we said earlier, you have preferences. You are starting to know what you like and what you don't like, and that a lot of things go into there. You know, you're starting to settle into routines, and you're looking beyond yourself. You're starting to look at the bigger picture. You know, and the giving less fucks, you know, is you start to think about like other things that make more sense, like growing a family or not growing a family. What's your take?
Yeah, I mean, I think too, and you know, not everybody starts their families in their 30s. I had my first kid at 29, so I started my 30s with that. But you know, there's that for those of you that do decide to grow a family, it's a game changer for sure. And all the things that you used to care about or had the bandwidth and capacity to think about, you just don't anymore. You have to. I used to laugh because I used to like keep all receipts for everything that I bought, and then I would cross-reference the receipt with what it showed up on the statement. And like now, I can't even find the time to do that. I know that my credit card bill is being paid. Like that's it's. I just and maybe you know you wish that you could care more, but you realize that a lot of things just don't matter because you don't have as much time for them. But you know, it's almost good too because then it really forces you and really paying attention to what matters because time is limited, especially if you have so that's what I will say about
Yes. And so these are just some quick 3 things that were on the top of our minds as we were reflecting back on the last decade in the 30s. Like I said, in the comments, leave us what do you think? Are we on base, off base? And that is a great transition over to April to tell who are we and why are we even here?
Yes, and you know, we've been doing this thing for 20 little mini episodes for now, but just in case this is the first time that you're checking this out, we are the co-founders of the Accountability Success Circle, and we are focused on growing this amazing community of positive people that is outside of the realms of social media. There's not any like one type of person in this community. It is a huge, diverse people from all these different backgrounds, from entrepreneurs to professionals to parents to single people to people trying to lose weight to people like trying to find their true love, all of these things. But the one thing that binds us together is that we have goals. And I think everybody has goals, and we want to do something about those goals and accomplish them, not let them just become a thing that we want to do that we never act on. We really want to take action on doing the things that make us happy, that make us feel fulfilled. And we just wanted to create this really positive space, especially for those of you who feel like, there's this negativity on social media. And so we have a very focused, we have a big focus on personal growth, but we also want to embrace each other's differences and continue to just help each other and use each other's energy to get stuff done and just have a ton of fun while we're doing it. So if you're looking for community that's online, and soon we'll have little bits and pieces of in-person groups, feel free to join us. It is absolutely a tiny little investment to become a part of this community, but it has so much value that you can gain from all the people, the amazing people that are in this community, and all that. So if you want to join us, of course, check out the link, accountabilitysuccesscircle.com. We would love to have you. There's a free month trial, and then after that, it's like $2 a month for your happiness. I think it's absolutely worth it. So join us because we're fun, and we would love to have you.
Yes. Cool. Until next week, thank you guys. Stay awesome.
All right. Bye.
All right. Goodbye. And this is the awkward part where we wait for it to turn off.
Bye-bye.